hello everybody and welcome to something a little bit different, something we haven't done for quite some time. It is the All Talk podcast, and for those who know, it is Jordan, the owner, creator, GM of good old JCPW, and we're doing this little podcast. I haven't done it for quite a while. I think the last thing I did was about 6-7 months ago, if not longer, and we're not alone. My partner in crime is with me today, Mr. Jayson Titus. How are we today?
We are doing great right now. I've been excited. I've been really wanting to do this podcast for a while. We got a lot of topics that I'm interested in giving my thoughts on. I'm interested in hearing the thoughts of everyone else's thoughts on these topics as well. So, really happy that we're doing this right now.
Definitely. So we got myself down. We got a special guest. We got our Jay, aka Morningstar, aka Jay. How are we doing, mate? You good?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything's great right now.
Fantastic. So we're gonna get straight into this. Now, myself and Jayson have been talking about doing this podcast for quite some time, and what we wanted to do was pretty much just talk about core and virtual wrestling in general. I mean, as an industry, we've been obviously myself being involved in why Jayson, I know you've been involved in it for some time as well. Jordan, how long would you say you've been involved with core and all that kind of stuff?
For me, I have actually gotten to call this year. Awesome. So this is my debut year. JAM is my first Fed that I joined. And it wasn't my first choice. Actually, my first choice was going to be FAM. I think for a lot of people, everyone's going to be
everybody's. So it's always been everybody's kind of go to. But like I said, we're going to address it. Yeah, we're going to address FAM because we've got some great stories to talk about them. But for those who are wondering what JAM is now, JAM or JM is something that myself and Jayson, also Jay, is currently involved with. Now we're still waiting for, obviously, for those who know my character Jayson, we're still waiting for him to make his debut. And I think Jayson, you've been involved with JAM for about when they kicked off as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Funny story. The Lionheart Championship. There was people were like Cameron was telling us all to come up with names or whatnot, and I was just spitballing a bunch of names, and I came up with, I feel like and here's the thing, I didn't want us to do a world championship or undisputed championship, so I'm like, let's think of tons of other championship names. How about the Lionheart Championship? And I guess that won over with the crowd, the Lionheart Championship. So that's actually the birth of why it was titled the Lionheart Championship rather than the JM World Championship.
Well, I think like for those who run, obviously at the moment, JAM is kind of. Would you say? Well, I'll put this question to you, Jay. Would you say like JAM is the go-to at the moment? Because obviously we know there's plenty of other ones out there. But would you say at the moment with the state of core and all that, would you say JAM is probably the place to be right now?
So coming from a standpoint that has no bias, I do believe JAM is the place to go right now because just being in the Discord, it's just really it's kind of like a brotherhood. It's just like, hey, here's something that you can do and stuff like that. Here's some tips and stuff like that. Oh, someone else joined the server. Oh, okay, cool. How you doing? What's up and stuff like that. If you need help with a face texture, you need help with an attire, we got you. And then obviously there's there's Cameron himself. So I think right now, in terms of someone that whose work you can actually see, and you want someone to kind of handle your call and use it in a way that is at the utmost quality, I don't think there's anyone better than him at the moment. So I really do think JAM is the place to be.
Hey, don't want to interrupt anyone, but we have actually Mikey Dyer here from JAM as well. So we just wanted to
just bring him in. Like I said, obviously, let's just let you know, guys, as we are going through this podcast, people are going to come in and out. But I think that what I want to do, so it's Mike. What was it, Mikey? How are we doing, Mikey? You good, mate?
Good, man. Just been doing a lot of things. to be exact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all doing that. So we are basically going to go through. We're discussing kind of like core in general. Now,
Right.
Let's start us on the plus. Let's start us on the plus because obviously we got Jam, and no, I'm not gonna plug myself. I got JCPW as well. I think we've kind of we're on the rise. JCPW's on the rise. Jayson, you've been adamant in kind of getting us up there, haven't you, mate? But Mikey, you're Jam yourself as well, aren't you?
Yep. Yes, I am. For me, sorry. Just don't mind. I love it.
My bad.
Yeah, but like I also was part of JAM as well. To be honest, man, pretty entertaining stuff. To be honest, like, I mean, how can I feel about this? If you ask me that question, then like, pretty interesting. Like, I mean, everyone helps around here. Like, people like Ortiz, people like who else? Gosh, right.
Well,
It's a lot of
the thing.
people.
Yeah, because that's the thing about that's the reason that's one of the reasons I got into core in general to start off with is because it was that opportunity for creative people, like myself. I love the creative side of it, and core, especially if you're a wrestling fan, and if you're like me, you're not in the best of shape, and you're probably a bit too old for yourselves, and probably never get yourself in the ring in real life, and it's a good opportunity for you to kind of base your character on what you think you would be like in the ring. So, we're gonna go Jay. So your character, what's your character's name in Jam at the moment? Like, what are you using for your character's name?
So my character's name is Morningstar, and little story with how I came to that. So, as I said, at the top of the podcast, I wasn't in call. I wasn't, in any feds or anything like that until this year. And but I was always something I wanted to do. Watching FAM and then NGC and and Valor and stuff like that. So I just always had a call though, although it wasn't like part of something. So just coming up with like a gimmick and coming up with the characters and stuff like that. And then a little fun fact: my mother calls me, her baby Jesus. So when I had my call, it was just my name and like a made up last name. And the basis of my character is kind of like I took inspiration from Ghost Rider. So I wanted like this spirit of vengeance kind of thing. And I was like, okay, but my name and then like a character like that doesn't really fit. So I looked to inspiration for The Undertaker. And I was like, you see, that's a title. It's not Mark Calloway, it's The Undertaker. So I took, that little like nickname my mom gave me, and I never read the Bible, but I went to the Bible, whatever, and I saw that for a character that was darker, I saw that God referred to Lucifer as the Morning Star, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, that's cool. So it's a title, not really a name, and I wanted to like take it and make it something of my own. So in terms of like what he represents, whatever, inspiration comes from Ghost Rider. Just like a spirit of vengeance, you never get rid of him. You never outrun the writer. And then with that came the nickname, the Phantom Assassin.
Nice.
So that was the the story behind Morningstar.
What about yourself, Mikey? Like, give us a little bit of a back, because obviously this is a podcast. We're not cores right now. We're not being our characters. We're just being ourselves. So about yourself, like, what's the kind of like background for your character that you're using right now?
So basically, my call is known as Mikey Dyer. He's known in JM as the Herald of Hipster Strong Style. Pretty interesting character, like inspired by Nakamura. Pretty much recently, like people like who like known that he's inspired by Nakamura. Like that's how most of his moves are basically. Like you've seen the Die Hard Knee, which is his finisher. So like it's inspired by Shasta, which is actually Nakamura's finisher at that time as well.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And like, yeah, just give him a little like stuff about him, like information. He's also from Staten Island, New York, which for in character, which is also where I'm from, out of character. So that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the good thing about it. Like, there's two perfect examples here of how cores allowed people to creative. I've gone through like the amount of the character we use now, the JC Wolf character, the X-rated character that we like to use now. Just think of a mix of the best way I could put it, just think of mine as a mix of Edge and Kenny Omega. That's kind of, two superstars will never face each other, will never probably ever face off in the ring, but the styles and this. I've been the natural. I've been the past, present, and future. I've been, and the list goes on and on with the names. But Jayson, the thing is, obviously, Jason's only read. Obviously, for those who know Jayson, he does mainly commentary. But have you got a call? I never asked that, Jayson.
It was very early in my career, but I never had any association with with any companies or anything like that. I guess the most company-wise, I guess, that I've been involved with was a guy called, what's it called? Not Extreme, I think Gordon Perkins. I was in a Gordon Perkins video once, but not as Jayson Titus. It was as another character whose name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, I guess character-wise with mine, he's had a very different. He's been varying over time. I don't typically like staying with one gimmick for an entire year. As of recent, I think I've tried making his character kind of like a Michael Cole-esque kind of character, mixed with, I guess, a little bit of Titus O'Neil, because I like making him try to be an advocate, like a manager or whatnot, rather than a complete wrestler. Yeah. So.
But I think that is being the beauty of Cole for so long. You got 4 guys in here who's probably, let's be honest, probably never going to ever meet in real life, and just due to the fact that you're all 3 in the US and I'm back here in South Wales, well, in England at the moment. But it's. I think that's why, for those who are creative, if you're a fan of wrestling and you're a fan of being creative, it's a place to to really kind of explore that side of it, that creative side of you. And as Jessam saying that, we've got ourselves another person, D'Angelo. How are we doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just chilling like usual with my cousin and such.
Yeah, I got you.
So so the thing is, like, we talked about the plus side of stuff. Abby's had the input onto that one. You literally came in right at the end of just what we finished talking about. So we've talked about the good side of things. Now, to every good side, there's always a flip side of it, and I'm guessing like Jay is probably not really, obviously being new to core, has not really had that kind of experience of the flip side of this things. And how long have you been in core, Mikey?
I'm kind of new to it lately. I mean, not really new to like create a wrestler and anything like to begin with, but I'm just kind of new. I'm being part series wise, like being part of like this whole new experience.
Mhm.
What about yourself, D'Angelo? I can't get that right. You mean how long have you been with core, mate?
Well, I recently started on my just joining a series known as J.
Mhm.
So that's basically how I just got into core, like series wise. But ever since when I was younger, I've always used to create random stuff at the time. But when I got older, I eventually decided, maybe I should make something interesting. And my first time posting something on community creations was on WWE 2K18 or 19.
Also, it is a great place to, like I said, but to every good side of stuff, there is always that flip side, and things we're not going to end on this one. Now,
if I could pop a correct question real quick.
Yes, of course.
I would like to ask everyone, I know with me personally, Jam wasn't my first go-to show. When I originally, what's it called? Of course, when I saw Jam or whatnot, it was something I was interested in, but before Jam came about, there were other companies that I tried getting involved with. Have you guys ever, like, I know you guys say you're relatively new to CAW and all that, but, like, was there any companies that previously that you guys, like, wanted to be involved with, but...
Oh yeah, there was one for me. I originally at first wanted to be part of Unite at first, but like time passed. The whole Gawkbox thing was kind of the thing that kind of exhausted me about the whole thing, and like I kind of just decided, nah, I give up on it. I might as well just forget about it. It was originally going to be me and my brother as a tag team to be part like of the tag team division, but we decided to just give up on it because like it just the Gawkbox thing kind of took up time, and like ever since it went to Patreon, it was like up to instant no go for that one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the Knights I think it's a touchy one, especially within core, because again, it's one of the, you know, well, the thing is, also for people like I knew, you know, that was the kind of original, but my always go to was, I'll be sure, was FAM. Was always my go to. Like I was there from like the early years of FAM, and Unite, obviously, like even the years when they did auditions, when they were auditioning cores online and they were streaming it, and that was my first experience, my first proper experience with FAM. I remember going into the online match. I was facing off against one of the FAM guys, and actually won the match because it wasn't really scripted. It was, you know, it was play. It was an online thing. You know, you play, we'll see how your core looks, and I think I actually beat I think he might have been the champ at that point. I think he might have been the world champ or something. So I beat him, and quite convincingly. I got trashed. I mean, they ripped my core. I spent fucking ages putting that core together, and they ripped my core to absolute shit. If I could find, I'd love to see if I could still find. Oh, I doubt you would, because I'm not sure all the old stuff up there.
Can I interject real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to make a statement. There are people who I know who put in a lot of effort in their cause or whatnot, and sometimes I'll admit, yeah, there are some times where you can put in a lot of effort for a call and it end up being generic or whatnot, but I want to say there is absolutely no reason to rip into somebody. You shouldn't insult someone. You shouldn't trash someone because their call isn't as I want to say isn't as flamboyant as someone like probably like Black Heron, or you know, as like I guess cryptic as Rannick or whatever, like
Guns or you know, at that point Cam, you know, at the point as well Bash, you know, it's a perfect example.
Here's the thing, like call goes okay when you're in like a call community like FAM or whatnot, like wrestling and development of character goes far beyond just the look of the call.
Yeah.
I understand, yeah, call is naturally something that you all want to see. You want to see a good-looking character right off the bat. But I want to let you know if you have a good-looking character, that's not make or break for your character. Like, there's much more that's involved in call and all that. But so
we're going up to the rest, guys. Also, you know, like everybody else's opinions on it. Like, I know for those who are, you know, obviously there's two guys in Europe who are probably involved with FAM and Unite. You know, anybody else? Like, what? Maybe you want to interject anything on it? If not, I'm going to pose this question to everyone. So we all know Unite failed, and let's be honest, the way it came across is they took everybody's money and then just, for the less word, they fucked off pretty much. Closed it all down, did one big show. No denying that show was big. It was a good show, well put together. Took everybody's money, said, "Oh, I've got a new job, I've got this, so I'm doing that." Took everybody's money and I think that wasn't a good time for core. It wasn't a good time for core at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna make a statement, like about that in general. I was a fan of Unite and everything. I will say I'm a fan of Unite. Anything before Inception, and I was a fan of Unite because I got to talk to a lot of the people there, got to interact with a lot of the roster and all that. But the paywall with Patreon, and I understand that call and production wise, it's a lot of time consuming. It's very, I guess, financially hard. Even that I'm kind of iffy with, but
the thing is though, like the way I look at it, and well, I know Mike, you want to say something, so we'll let you say what you want to say now, Mikey. This is what I think. I didn't come into core to make it a business, and that's the original impression I got from from people from Unite and from FAM. They're doing it as a hobby. They were spending time doing it, and it left a bad taste in core. But what was he going to say? I think it was either Jay or Mikey. What was he going to say, mate?
Oh, well, there's an interesting story I was going to say. This is before, I think a few months before Inception, the first and last pay-per-view. I think it was January or December. I might not remember the month, but here's an interesting story. The whole Twitter thing that everyone's hating me on. There was me, Crassus, and I think BH were in the call. I forgot how long ago was that. I don't remember that much. But I remember the outcome. It was where they were gonna call my mom. They got on her Facebook. They got pretty much something pretty much. And they were gonna threaten to call my mom if I get banned from Unite, and which happened. And then they never called her. Then Unite died. Now I'm in JAM where I am sitting today. So there's an interesting story about
I'm gonna make a statement about. I'm sorry, Morningstar. Did you have something to say?
Oh yeah. So in regards to Unite, see, from the start of it, I was not a fan, right? I didn't really like crap on it or anything like that. It's just from the way FAM was, and for it to transition into what that was, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. I would peek in, here or there and stuff like that, and then I didn't see Inception until about 3 weeks ago. I watched the show from start to finish, and I was not a fan. I was under the impression that, okay, we're making new legends within the call community. This is your platform and stuff like that. And literally, these are the biggest matches for each other's cause, and they didn't go over. And I think the match that really just did not like, this is the first thing I always think of, is the match between Cody Hale and Eve Heron. I didn't like that match.
Going 2-0 against Eve Heron.
It was so crazy. It was the way they did the match. You brutalized Cody and stuff like that, whatever, and then she gets possessed or whatever it was, and then she snaps back, and it was just
Cody's
what?
the ultimate hero of the whole thing, the underdog type.
Right? Yeah, and it was just what was that? And it's just all right. So you have her as this champion, for that division and stuff like that, and for someone that hasn't been watching or whatever, why should I be interested? So for someone that just watched the pay-per-view, I'm coming into this thinking, okay, you're hyping this person up as a big deal. And, from the way you're presenting her in the match at the start of it, it's okay, some cool moves and stuff like that. Great look. All right, cool. And then just on a drop of a dime, you smash her head into the turnbuckles a couple times. She starts bleeding. You brutalize her or whatever, and then you pin her, and that's it. She's like, what was that?
Oh.
I was like, how do you not put...
Sorry, D'Angelo,
I don't get the whole thing with the Eve Heron, with the whole evil transformation. I don't even get the betrayal thing. It just feels out of place. Betrayal randomly reforms in Unite Inception, and the whole thing with the way they ended Cyber Fam Day was kind of predictable in a way about Rannick winning, but at the same time, now I think about it, Cameron Bash's ending kind of made things less predictable. Now I think about it, because if it was that way, then I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
It would
got
be
it.
an interesting ending.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with Unite, this is one of my. Okay, aside from the paywall, let me take the paywall completely out of the reason why I did not like Unite. It's that the booking of the newer stars, guys like Cody Hale, guys like Desmond Cruz, guys like. Here's the thing: they focused, I feel like, a little bit too much on their champions at the time. Like they focused a lot on Cody Hale. They focused a lot on Desmond Cruz. They focused a lot on, I think, Alchemy's Angels or whatever.
Alchemy Angels, to
Yeah,
be exact.
because like there are some other people like Cash, that dude with the metal arm. Like someone like him had some potential and such.
Yeah,
Like some guy like him.
yeah, like guys like that. But like,
just
yeah,
chime in on
they
that one. I sat through a voice call, Total Unite. Sat through a voice call with Rom for almost an hour, coming to putting together a core, a character, a background. So we ended up doing this. I ended up doing this whole Jay Ciardellini thing, and that's another great one I'm going to talk about now, about Jay Ciardellini. And we went into this thinking that, because my original character was like, oh, he's kind of generic kind of core, he just thinks he's all that. But then he says, oh, how about say you're rich? And we ended up going down like an Alberto Del Rio route. And I no BS. I was set up. They kind of set me up in the sense of, because Rom helped me design the character. He helped me look with the tight design and the move sets and all that kind of stuff. And I even faced Desmond, or Jay Ciardellini even faced Desmond Cruz in a match, pushed him to the limit, but obviously because they love Desmond Cruz, he beat me. But I was positioned, and after that match, thinking, okay, that's my push done now. I've had my moment, and all that kind of stuff.
Wait, your moment was getting squashed?
No, it wasn't. I wasn't actually squashed. I actually put and I think that's what pulled me in even more, is because they took the core, they used it. They made Charlie look really good. No denying that. And I got beat. Obviously, I got beat, like I said, because they were pushing Cruz at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in chats to the guys saying, so we got this battle royal thing coming up, or we got this coming up. We're going to use Jay Ciardellini's going to have a real good show in. So I started, because I wanted to stay involved. I started investing. I even started paying the Patreon and upped my. I wasn't paying like the top tier, but I was paying like one of the like higher end tiers. So I was plugging money into it, and then bang! All of a sudden, we're quitting now. I'm like, and even at Inception, even the match I was meant to be involved with, got pulled.
What?
Yeah, the match I was meant to be involved with got pulled, and I was never heard of again after that. Then, and that was.
They really pulled your match?
Yeah, they pulled. I think there was I think it was like a 6-man. It was a 6-man match. It was a multi-man match. So it was a few of us in it, and they pulled it. And I messaged BH and said, like, what's happened? Like, why was the match pulled? And it didn't fit the run of the flow of the show, or some kind of excuse or whatever. Yeah, it got pulled.
Can I just state once again, that's my issue with Unite. They focus so much on these main stars, Cody Hale, Desmond Cruz, all these guys. They gave like literally barely any spotlight to any other characters on there. And I guess with the exception of the YouTube match, which I personally didn't like, but that I'll say was more of a subjective thing. Some people might have liked the YouTube match and all that.
Again, look at the people they used. Smack Talks, Tom's Grimm's Toy Shop,
James Jail, I think.
So many, and they were known YouTubers, like big YouTubers in the industry. So okay,
they'd be using people like Tubby Emu, not Ebenezer, but Grimm, and It's My Yard left and right. They'd be using them a little too much. Same for Element.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Grim was in that match like for only about I think he got some people out, but then I think he was eliminated, but I don't remember from that match.
Oh my god. Let me tell you the stupidest elimination. Here's the thing. I don't understand the FAM lore. It's the FAM lore that, this is all online. None of this is like a real stat. Because it's the kayfabe, like none of this is a real thing. Because with Pulse and his elimination, where he was James Fatal, and I think they cheated or whatnot. And then, rather than, oh, hey, we found out that you cheated or whatnot, let's disqualify you, or, oh, you cheated, but then this other guy comes out and beats your ass. You do this thing where he gets banned, like WWE 2K19, you got banned from the server. What? What?
Yeah, that was dumb. That was actually a really dumb thing in my eyes.
Dude, literally, keep in mind, Pulse was a former global champion. Imagine what that could have done if they had someone actually beat him, or pin him, or eliminate him. But you rather had him banned?
So what was you going to say, Jay? Because what was you going to say next day, night?
Oh no, I'm laughing over here. That's really. I don't really have nothing to say.
Well, so so we go from Unite, and obviously then Unite disappears. We don't see them, and then bang, out of nowhere, FAM turns up again. Do you reckon Ron went bankrupt and needed the money?
Oh my god.
I wanna explain my story of FAM. Well, the new FAM. To be honest, I wanna explain mine.
Please go, because.
Alright, there was Alright, hold on. Alright, mic's not work. Mic's for you guys not work. So hold on. I'm gonna let this fix first, and I'll explain. Like, there's a anyone remember the April Fool's video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's one of the people, the higher ups, DM me the video. Here's the thing though. Like, I shared it with a bunch of people saying how garbage this is. I remember how I feel about stuff. Then I think it was hours later, I got into a call with them. They were asking what the fuck did you do? You leaked the video and stuff. I told them it was one of the Elim something. I think that's the guy who leaked the video to me. It's one of those people in the higher ups.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was back in the server for only a few hours, and then I was poof, again gone. Which I understandable because I leaked the video, which kind of understandable.
Which, to be honest, but even if you leaked the video, why not go to that person who leaked the video to you? I mean, why share the video? Why share the video with anybody?
I never safe to do that.
I was dumb. I was actually a very dumb guy at the time, so that's the thing, though. I was actually one of those. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, that's the strange thing about it. To me, it's one of those weird stories, whatever. Man, I don't know. I felt very bad for doing it, but I actually hated FAM now because of this. And don't forget about months later, and that actually was just recent. It was actually most recent.
Oh yeah, the Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Here's an update. I think everyone can already know is that Nova, who hated Rom. Don't forget, he hated Rom a few months back with the I think it was the broken FAM shit. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He's the one who gave him the idea. And RLX, I think you might not heard of that show. They decided to cancel that match, which was supposed to be it was supposed to be Phoenix versus Nova, and there was also supposed to be the match pay-per-view between Fresco and Nova. There was 2 canceled matches for that. I can remember.
So they pulled him from the.
I think they did, if I remember correctly, because they pulled freaking if I remember, they put in freaking pulled the match.
Oh God, that's. I want to say that's tragic.
I was honestly curious about the ROX Nova against Fresco match because I haven't actually seen them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, ladies and gentlemen, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I love the fact that people, I guess, want to support that and all that. But
Yeah.
it is not a wise idea to make a call and use your call to,
Yeah.
I guess, as a help.
It's funny. It's funny that you brought that up because I just recently joined a Fed and such, and like in their intro thing, they put a Black Lives Matter on my attire, which I did not. I repeat, did not ask for that. I did not want that on my car. And the other thing is they got rid of the black and white theme that I always use on my recent stuff of my attire and everything for some reason.
Wait,
They didn't ask for.
sorry to interrupt, but that's the attire used for the Church Championship match that I remembered?
No, it wasn't used for that. It was not for that. It was for a whole nother Fed.
No, I'm talking about the black and white. I'm talking about that, that
Yeah,
attire.
the black and white I normally had on JM. Well, at this point, I'm using that black and white thing for every time, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah.
like, I don't remember asking for the Black Lives Matter thing to be on my jacket at all on that company. Like, I don't want to bring up the company's name because I don't want to bring heat to them, but like, jeez, I did not ask for that.
Believe me, D'Angelo, this is totally. I said it again. This ain't filtered. You know, but I'm gonna bring up a Fed that I'm involved with now. So we've had your experience. So what's that? So what do you think it is? This new FAM. Like I know me and Jayson know what we think the issue is because we discuss it all the time.
We formulated quite the opinion.
Yeah. What do you think is FAM's problem?
Wrong.
It's probably wrong.
Just going straight after Ron.
I mean, it's either
Because,
wrong.
like-
D'Angelo was playing. I'll let him.
Okay, ever since I've seen those, like, the whole Bash thing and seen over the ROM thing and such about, like, the back and forth between the two and, like, going over, like based on what Cam explained about how he made all those videos and thumbnails and such, and I noticed that, like, he's using the same, that Bash uses the same style for the JM thing as well, and, like, it's the same setup, like everything and such. I mean, it's probably the same setup for ROM too, but I'm just more used. But it feels more like a Cam thing and such. Mostly
Yeah.
Setup and everything, especially with the recording process and like all the hard work he puts into it. But like the other point I want to make out of ROM is like, it's weird how he gets on cam on some stuff he says, but yet he's okay with DNA saying similar stuff like that.
No.
Oof. Morning, sir.
Yeah. So I share the same sentiments with D'Angelo that I think probably the issue is ROM, and I don't know like how much he like emphasizes, like being like a leader and kind of like having a nice wholesome community like how we have over at JAM. My first interaction with anybody in FAM was in the FAM Discord, and I think I was like maybe like a week late to the video of how to join FAM. I was like, oh crap, this is my chance. So I joined and I don't want to name drop anyone really, but I joined and there's someone over there and they were like, oh, who are you? And it was like, well, if you read the service, it tells you like who just joined. It was like, what the hell? But I'm new or whatever, never been a call before, so I don't want to come off as rude or disrespectful. So I was like, oh, this is my call, whatever. I'm here to be an FAM, and just really here, just have fun, whatever. And if I make friends along the way, cool. And then everyone I was attacked. Like, it was like, oh, this guy's weird. I'm weird because I'm respectful. After that, I was like, this isn't all right. I don't know. This has always been an FAM thing, whatever, but this is for me. So after that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. That was my first impression. That was sucky.
I'm gonna state this. While I know people have formulated opinions about ROM and formulated opinions about Bash and all that, I'm kind of indifferent to both people. I will say there are some things that ROM does that kind of nipped me the wrong way. I don't think he's a bad person in and of himself, but I feel like he handles things not the best way possible, and that's what leads to a lot of the issues.
I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be straight bold. I reckon Rom is just a name, because he had and I look. I was in the I was they kicked me out of they kicked me out of the Discord chat.
Oh yeah. JC here, he was actually management. Like he was one of the first guys that Rom tried getting involved.
So yeah, when originally Rom put it out there, I saw the tweet, saw the message, where it was, and I was like, look, right, let me get involved. I sent him all my stuff. I sent him all my JCPW stuff, my VWU stuff, my core stuff. So look, this is what I do, this is what I bring, and so I was literally one of the first people in the Discord chat, and we sat down. We brought in ideas, and then more and more people started coming, and then I started seeing names that I recognised coming back, and we had all these ideas, like the core group who originally started. And then out of a sudden, who was it? What were they called?
I think New Age Pro.
So, I don't remember, something like that.
NAPW, New Age Pro, I think, something like that.
So basically, what it was, they came in and took control of the whole Discord chat. And I was then going from like one of the main creatives. Oh, this is an idea. What about this? I even submitted title ideas. I submitted arena ideas, match ideas, all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, they did that little the other video, which So sorry, I go back. So as soon as I start seeing these recognizable names coming in, I was like, okay, this is. And then I was getting less and less. I was getting less and less input on things, and I was posting ideas, and they were just getting thrown out or even looked at. And then when I was put into the hardcore division creative team or something, and I kept on, and matches, everything was set. So I was like, okay, all I used to do, because I got a passion. I love core. I've been involved for so long. And all I do is push the logs. Everything be done. Do you need me to do anything? Has any of the matches been recorded? Do you need to edit? No, I kept asking questions. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And then all of a sudden I had a message from, actually it wasn't even one Rom, it was one of the New Pro, whatever they're called, message with them saying, unfortunately we're going to remove you from we have to remove you from FAM because we see that your attitude, you've got the wrong attitude towards it. When all I was asking was,
right?
Yeah. When all I was asking was what needs to be done.
Imagine asking your boss, "Hey, boss, what do I have to do, or what can I do to help the company or help the restaurant or wherever you're working?" And then they're saying, "Oh, well, you got a bad attitude by asking, hey, what can I do to help the establishment? So we're gonna have to let you."
That sounds like some Vince McMahon talk. Like, serious.
Well, it was, and the thing is, I was bagging ideas out, and the less of people known in the chat, like the people who originally joined before New Age Pro came in, they were like, oh, this is a really good idea. How about we do this way? And it was a really good creative look at it, and Rom seemed to start getting invited, but then in come the bigger names. In my opinion, this new FM is another Unite without the pay window. Nothing.
Agreed.
It's basically they're gonna suck all these people in, but they're only gonna push the ones they want to. Like, how long is that? I think it's they. When did they originally announce the comeback? Like, how long ago was the original comeback?
This was
they said
before
coming back in the summer or something.
No, they said spring, if I remember correctly. I watched the video. It was spring.
Spring. I think we're in summer now. We still haven't gotten the most we've gotten.
Yeah, we are in summer. I'm done with school and everything, and what happened?
And what they put out. Two spoilers.
I'm going to state this. Okay, so Let me read you the post that they have on their Discord or what. Because they made a statement as to why they were delaying stuff or whatnot, into which the first time they posted something stating that they were going to delay stuff, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. This doesn't seem right here, considering how... Because here's the thing, Jam, I know personally, has been... I think it's a one-man working crew, right? It's just Cam, who's making matches, making segments and all that. And I know he's getting people to do voices and all that for his promos and all that, but... Yeah, he's killing it right now. He's putting in so much, surprisingly a lot of content, and he's keeping everybody in the loop about what's going on with their characters, how he's planning on using them, how they're going to plot, how they're going to do stuff there, how they're going to do stuff here and all that.
I think. Sorry to interrupt, but he gave me the idea of using a Harold. Harold has a strong style character as well. Like, that's the name of the character now. So, by the way.
Oh, he's very hands-on.
It really is.
Getting you from one point, from getting from point A to point B, and really just because he puts a heavy emphasis on storytelling. So, just always going back and forth.
Look at how they build you up, Morningstar.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna lie. I know I bothered the shit out of him. I'm constantly DMing him, pitching ideas and stuff like that. I'm pitching ideas and stuff like that, and I was waiting on my phone. I was like, all right, when's he gonna go? When's he gonna message back? Whatever. But
can I tell you this? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just gonna say, can I tell you this? I was not because I DM'd Karen Bash one time, just talking about, I think, hey, because here's the thing, I wanted to get Jordan here a part of Jam, and I notified, what's it called, Cam or whatnot, and I was like, he's never going to respond to this, because, in the FAM and Unite area, I kind of have grown accustomed to the bigger names, the big CAW group names like BH and ROM. I'll give them a message and then they'll never come back to me. Cam within a day came back to me, and so I was all like, oh, okay. I'm very surprised that he actually responded to me. And then we're having
morning for me.
Yeah, legit, and we're having legitimate conversations and everything, and I'm very surprised here because normally I'm kind of treated in the whole call community or whatnot, I'm treated okay, I guess just some random fan or whatnot, and
your voice kind of thing.
Yeah, just
that's an interesting thing. Going back to FAM, what's the interesting fact for the other three guys actually? I actually met Jayson in the FAM chat. And because I before everybody else took over, he asked Rom asked me to look into voice actors and commentary teams and things like that and voiceovers. So I did auditions, didn't I? I sent the video of JC Wolf versus 2TM. So it was characters that were involved with FAM. I sent them to the guys who wanted to get involved in the commentary, and it was a good few people. And I literally just said, solo it, just bang it out, commentate on the match, because it was a big match. The match went on for 30 minutes, and there was some massive spots. And well, you saw some of the spots we had, wasn't there? In that match, Jayson. One of the best spots, one of the best edits I've ever done was, do you know Samoa Joe's face wash that he does in the corner?
Oh yeah, I remember that. This man got the steel chair, the steel steps and everything. Had the face wash done, but kicked the steel stairs into I think somebody's face. I can't remember.
JC Wolf's face.
Mert doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did that. Yeah, and I was just oh my god. Here's the thing. When I first edited that, when I first was doing the voice acting for that, I was I don't know how to. I didn't know how to react to that at first. I'm I have to redo that take right there.
And and look where he is now. His management in JCPW, now he's in charge of talent relations and bringing people in and all that kind of stuff. And he's got a co-commentary team. And after all the work, and literally I went through so many submissions. I think I spent about maybe 3 to 4, maybe pushing 5 hours watching submissions. And even really boring ones, people that were really rubbish, I just stuck it through to see what they come with and I did all that work, and then it came back. Oh, we're not going to use none of the guys. We've got such and such and such and such doing it now. I'm like, what's the fucking point of that? Spent all this time doing this, and then just gone and thought, nah, we're going to use these other people instead.
Okay, I pulled up the what FAM said regarding why they haven't posted anything here in spring. It says, update, we've been working nonstop to create a bundle of events and episodes in one go as a part of an ultimate relaunch. Let's see here. It says, we decided it would be better to release more frequent content as we start instead of long gaps in between. The rebirth of FAM is coming, to which
it kind of makes sense.
I can understand that, but the way things have been, and the way I've seen FAM and Unite do things, like, let's just say I don't really trust them to. Because here's the thing, from what I hear from JC, apparently, they're not very active. Like, they're not as...
Yeah, when it came to their uploads, the FAM A New Beginning video, 4 months ago, the FAM A New Era Begin, which was 3 months ago, and then the FAM New Pay-Per-View announcement, April Fool's thing, 2 months ago, and then the new championship things was within those 2 months as well. So, like, yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. While, like, when it comes to someone like, I need to stop bringing up Cameron Bash so much. But, like, when it comes to Cameron Bash, at least he'll keep us posted on Twitch or
that's the thing.
One of the other
That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm going to say, I think, is the part that brings FAM down, or what I think is what's leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths concerning FAM. The fact that they are really secretive about what they do and what ideas they use and what characters that they use, and like you probably not finding out until they actually upload stuff or whatnot. Because here's the thing, if I'm part of the roster, or if I'm part of the show or whatnot, I kind of want to know what you're going to do with my character or what you're going to do with my... Yeah, and for them to... And with Unite especially, that I felt like with Unite, they definitely failed at doing that. Because to have a paywall, to not show, to have to be paying $10 a month to not even show up to the show was very...
Pay $15, $20 to have your match cut.
Yeah, so that was very oof, and and I guess now with that what they did with Unite, it leaves people kind of skeptical about how they're going to handle FAM and all that. Now, he said another post, because this was the post he said before everything that's been happening.
No, I think Jason's cut there. You probably come back.
No. I mean, here. I was just getting the thing to pull it up. Okay, it says right here, out of respect for everyone, we will not be racing or promoting the first event at this time. The whole world needs to solely focus on the situation happening right now and support those who are fighting the cause. We are not willing to cause any distractions during this critical time our history. We hope to be able to bring enjoyment and content to all of you when the time is right. But in the meantime, please show your support to people and take care of yourselves and loved ones.
I could be controversial. I said that's just saying we haven't done anything yet. So
yeah, it's okay. Part of me says okay. I guess because right now they're in heat. Yeah, because right now they're in heat, and I think it is kind of good for them to not post anything right now while they're in heat. So I'm just kind of. But at the same time, I feel like this will give people more of that idea that we haven't done anything. Because I know a lot of people, I myself included, have asked, hey, how's production going? They say, hey, we got a lot of content, we have a lot of content, and then nothing. Like, we've been waiting for, like, since April, we're now in June, we've seen nothing.
Like all we saw
and
was championships, pay-per-view name, and that's it. That's it.
Oh.
That's.
I'm
I
gonna say
forgot
this about
Orient.
I'm gonna say this about championships. I do not like the world championship situation with
I know,
FAM.
right? That title play is always overused. Like Jesus Christ.
It's
I
actually
understand.
being overused.
I
Like,
understand. I understand. Here's the thing. Like, it's a iconic, it's a memorable design or whatnot. But guys, that's WWE's design. We have a great creation suite. Why can't we do a more original design? Even if you keep like the whole overall, it's an overall world champion design. Why not change a little bit about it, like what Cam did with the Lionheart Championship? You know, instead of like I guess that crown.
Quick plug.
Or something like Third Street Wrestling's World Championship. Theirs is pretty good.
Check out JCPW's championships. We've got some great designs, especially our strong style title.
Yeah, strong style title looking good, but we're not trying to.
That's
play.
NXW. That's totally his design. So, you know, it's it is what it is, as they'd say. It is what it is. But I know, but it's. Do you reckon we'll get something released from FAM this season, this year?
Oh, I see. Nothing.
I think soon. I think we'll get it soon. I think I would hope that they themselves are aiming for late June, early July. Um, when they released that tweet about like doing things like all together, whatever, stuff like having like a breathing period in between episodes and stuff like that. I was like, all right, so this is obviously because of the heat that they're getting and stuff like that. But I think honestly they could have actually blended both if they really wanted. Because at the end of it, at the end of that tweet, they said it's about providing entertainment, and bringing people together and stuff like that. I think they could have easily just been like, you know what, we're gonna work extra hard and provide you guys with entertainment. There's protests outside. Quarantine is still happening and stuff like that. All the things are starting to reopen now. But I think they definitely could have released that because after they did that, in about a 2 week span, a week and a half, we released our first episode, and we didn't get any heat for it. Now, granted, we weren't in heat to begin with, but we still got our show out and stuff like that, and provides a distraction and provide entertainment for those who are stuck at home.
Exactly. No, it's I think the core in general has always just been. What about yourself, D'Angelo? What do you reckon? Where do you reckon it's going to be going?
What do I feel about Kong?
Well, what do you think about? Well, obviously, no. Not so much just FM. Where do you think? Like, well, I don't know. Like, what? Because we're gonna bring this to a bit of a close soon. So I know, like, we can try and draw out final thoughts bit. Because that's what I think Jayson had to pop off. He did say he was going to pop off for a bit. But so D'Angelo, what do you want to see from Core in the coming future?
More positivity. That's kind of the thing that we need. Like, especially with the stuff that's been going on lately, and even though we're separated at this time and everything, we will always be together in some sort of way, I guess. And like we gotta bring ourselves up, collaborate a bit, try to do more to build each other up, and assist each other. Because if we assist each other more in call or other stuff like that, then things will go well and it'll be going smoothly like we want. Yeah.
And what about yourself, Jay? Final thoughts. Like, where do you think? What do you want to see from Core?
There's a couple of things. Someone who's like basically brand new. I mean, compared to everyone else's tenure within Call. D'Angelo hit the nail right in the head. More positivity. I was always told by people who were involved that it gets toxic. And I was like, it's a video game, and it's just like how toxic can it really get? And then now that I'm actually in it, it's like, oh, okay. I see it now. The ego. too many people have way too many egos. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the whole, well, this my character is really good, push me, give me the world title and stuff like that without paying any dues whatsoever. What's so funny is I was actually talking. Cameron was streaming just now, and I was actually talking in the chat, whatever, and I was talking about people's characters and their promos. I think promos within CAW, and really just wrestling in general, but in CAW, I think everyone tries to get like that savage promo, tries to like get like say drop an F-bomb or something like that, and really kind of forget the story that they're trying to tell. And
yeah, swearing really doesn't make you the savage person of the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying my promo at Redemption was perfect, or whatever. But from my promo, you got a glimpse of who I was, my motives, and what drove me. And then my match happened right there. But it told the story. That I didn't succeed at In Your House, and I was looking for redemption, and I was going to run right through everybody. And then following that, you saw the match I had with Eddie. And how that played out and how I was showcased. So I think those are the three main things that have been very striking to me in my short tenure within CAW.
Awesome. Oh, cheers, guys. Well, thank you for joining the podcast. I hope you have enjoyed a chance for you to vent a little bit as well. And I said, these two guys, the guys we have got joined you, also, they do go check them out in Jam. And as well, fingers crossed, hopefully, I'm going to try and get some negotiations going on, because I might get something at JCPW, you never know. but you guys, I really appreciate you coming out, really appreciate you, being open and talking about your feelings on things. And I think it's a goodbye from myself, and obviously a goodbye from Jayson as well. As you want to say goodbye?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problems at all, mate. Go on, sorry,
I really appreciate my over here. I really appreciate it. It feels good.
Well, that's the thing is, like, hopefully this could be a regular thing. If we can get together every so often and just do these big podcasts. But that is the end of the All Talk podcast, guys. I'm gonna do a part 2 of this with another friend of mine. So do stick around for that. So that's gonna be on the YouTube channel. But this will be going up very soon. Again, gents, thank you very much. Have a great evening, and we'll see you all at the next episode of JCPW. Good night, guys.